Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in to Keisa and Joe on this beautiful Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth.
Yeah,
How are you doing this
I,
morning?
I'm doing good. I'm laughing at y'all because the way y'all be producing, you like pushing buttons. You like a little kid, like
I'm sorry. I think having nephew has
Uh-huh.
really taught me some things because
Right.
Keith very hands on, so it's really kind of a blessing to have him here
Right.
and to follow. I feel like I'm really back in the newscast days, back at ABC 3340. Like stand by, go, press this. We're coming to you in 5. It's actually kind of cool.
Well, good morning,
Yeah.
Keisha. How you doing on the Juneteenth?
I am doing great on the Juneteenth. So, glad to be here. Glad for great weather,
Yes.
and just glad to be here at Filtered Coffee Parlor on the South Side. It's our spot. It's our spot.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is. It is. And this is a great holiday, so everybody make sure that this is observance of Juneteenth.
Yes, the freedom, the official,
The
what
official-
they call the second Independence Day. I have
Yes.
my little notebook over here, but really it was when the slaves were freed after the Civil War.
The real
The real date
Yeah.
of celebrating the emancipation of slaves. So I know a number of entities are celebrating today. A number of businesses are closed. A number of people are off today. So we definitely want to give honor where honor is due
Yes.
and to recognize this holiday today. So we hope that you enjoy your Juneteenth day. And listen, we can tell it's some sort of holiday because it is very busy here
It
on the
is.
side. Have you noticed this
Yeah.
today?
It is busy here today.
Like we have like lots of people in here. I'm looking. It's not a full house, but it's a nice crowd here outside.
Consistent.
It's very consistent.
Yeah.
You're seeing all the people getting ready to go enjoy breakfast, and they're out here on the patio under the sitting on the chairs under the umbrellas, enjoying the weather. So we definitely know something is going on. People are taking advantage, I think, of the holiday and the great weather.
And today the show's gonna be good. I got something I want to talk about today.
You do.
Yeah.
Should I be afraid? And for those of you who are coming in, should I be afraid? Nephew, do you think I should be afraid?
Nah. I just figured out some stuff. No,
Nephew did not answer.
Listen, no man.
Silence on nephew's behalf.
We have to feel the cover, Paul. And listen, I just figured out some things. Or being over 50. And later on the show, y'all stay locked in. Go anywhere because I'm going to talk about what I have figured out. But here's the thing about it. It's going to help men and women.
It's going to help men and women?
I'm going to say something profound later on in this. And I usually don't say that. I usually get on people's nerves. But today, I had an epiphany.
You had an
You like that
epiphany.
big word?
I do.
Like a big word?
I do. Epiphany. I love it.
We didn't going to say, I'm not going to miss it.
Oh, no. I'm not going to mess with
I'm not
nephew
going to
today.
miss it.
No.
So what else we got going on in the news?
So in the news today, one of the things that we have to talk about too is there's
Uh-huh.
for people who are baseball fans, Major League Baseball fans, all that great stuff. Rickwood Field it's going down. It's the site of a lot of activity today. I'm actually going to.
I thought you it's like they're going to tear it down.
No.
Because it's going down.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the flat pancakes we talking about over here?
Right. For those of you who are on, so before I talk about Rickwood too, no, they're not tearing Rickwood down. Okay, they're not doing that. Okay.
Yeah, my heart.
No. They're not tearing it down. Okay, so let's say hello to Omar, who's joining us. Hey, Omar.
What's up, go?
What's up, man? From Echo Highlands. Hey there. He's saying, "What's up, Joe?" Speaking to you as well.
What's up?
Willie Mays dead at 93. Absolutely, that's what we were talking about right before the show. And wow, interesting timing as they get ready to celebrate this event. And I'm going to actually pull it up because Joe, I like to play over here, even though we have nephew who helps us. I can't help myself. I'm going to pull it up. Yeah. So you all are able to see. Give me just a second. There we go. So we have an event that's coming up, and the thing about it is, if you drive by where Rickwood Field, the entrance to Rickwood Field, there's lots of activity. You won't be able to get anywhere close because they have several events that are commemorating, leading up to, ladies and gentlemen, June 20th, which today is the 19th. So tomorrow, Thursday, we have Major League Baseball's tribute to the Negro Leagues, featuring the San Francisco Giants and the St. Louis Cardinals.
So cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
Can you play baseball?
Not at all.
Softball?
Not at all.
Pickleball?
Not at all.
Kickball?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can do kickball. But here's an interesting note about that. I didn't play baseball But my dad, Vietnam veteran Reginald Sharp, who left us to heaven in 2019. Rest in peace, Dad. My dad he was an all around person, kind of a short guy, but very athletic. And I remember him when I was younger. He's from the country, y'all. I don't know if you've ever heard of Haydenville, Alabama.
No.
I haven't heard of Haydenville. Haydenville is like 20 minutes outside of Montgomery, Alabama, which is my hometown, but my dad's hometown is Haydenville. I remember going to baseball games with him. And yeah, and he was a pitcher. That was his position.
So you went
that he
to the game.
played.
So you went to go watch your father
I
play.
went to go watch my
Okay.
father. I remember my dad coming home. He would ice his shoulder because he would have arthritis in his shoulder because he was a pitcher, and it was one of the games that he absolutely loved to play. He wasn't a football player. He wasn't a basketball player. But Dad could play some baseball, and he was fast.
You know, it's a fun story about me. I played baseball when I was a kid. I
Yeah.
tried to anyway. But
Yeah.
the crazy thing about me is I'm right-handed,
Ah,
but I can't hit right-handed.
you hit left-handed?
I hit left-handed.
Interesting.
I throw right-handed, but I cannot hit.
Can't hit right-handed.
I feel rejected when I try to put it one.
Let me tell you something. I would just stand out of the way with the way because y'all, I saw a picture of Joe when he was younger. So he came out.
Just you see. Wait a minute. This is gonna be an embarrassing story. This
No,
morning, Keisa and JoJo.
no, you know the picture that you have posted of yourself where you were a soldier. So y'all, he was born like this. Joe was probably one of those babies who was in the bassinet, and he probably, the mom was like, "What's going on with my baby?" He probably had like, arms like this and chest like that.
No. When I was a kid,
When you were a kid,
I was skinny. They just called me thin wing.
what?
Yes, I was like I couldn't pick up it. They just called me thin wing. Yes. They used to see.
He always does this to me on air.
But it's
Thin
true.
wing.
I used to get into fights because they used to crack on me so bad. They used to talk about me so bad in school.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's why I got so many fights because people crack on me because I was so skinny.
You were so skinny.
I was really skinny.
You believe
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So is
Why
that
you think it's so big?
okay? So is that why you worked out? Nephew
Yep,
says
but that's true. When you get tired of getting your behind whooped, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
Now I tell anybody, as y'all watching this show, all y'all just come on there and try to call me thin win now if you want to.
Yeah, or try me now.
Listen.
They're probably not in shape
I remember
like you
your
are.
names. I know where your mama living and everything. Come on now. Hey, on Juneteenth, don't get it started up now. That's all I'm saying.
We want to keep it peaceful on Juneteenth.
Oh,
So
okay,
don't.
okay.
Yeah, we want to
See,
keep it
childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I'm working through it.
working through your
Working
traumas.
through it.
But
But
no,
I'm still gonna get y'all.
but I didn't know that though. That is very
That's very
interesting.
true. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. So, thin win, and good morning to those of you who are joining us. We want to encourage you to share out the broadcast today. That's the only thing we ask of you, okay? Share, like the broadcast, and engage with us. If there's something that's on your mind on this Juneteenth day, we'd like to hear from you, okay? So you said that you were slim when you were little. So let's bring it forth right now to 2024 and as an adult. So when I look at you, and I've been out, nephew, maybe you've seen this too. But when I'm out with you, people kind of just move out of the way, because of your size and your stature. How tall are you? 6 feet? You're at least 6 or 6
I'm
feet.
5'11".
You're 5'11". Okay. So they just kind of move out of the way. People, I would assume, and I'm asking this as a question, I would assume they would not try you at this point in your life. You don't have to deal with that now because they look at you. Yeah.
I would say the only thing you probably have to deal with these days is the younger generation.
Yeah.
But no, I don't have to deal with anything like that. No.
Yeah.
Not-
So I'm going to tell you all this too as just a news story to close it out. So we had a very interesting city council meeting yesterday. I don't know if you all,
what happened? What y'all do?
well, have you ever heard of Crew Lounge? You heard of that?
Yeah,
You've heard of Crew Lounge?
I've heard. I've never been there.
So there's been a little bit of ruckus, or let's say surrounding Crew Lounge. I'm very careful, yes, about my wording, very careful, because they actually stood up before the council yesterday, and there was a consideration to revoke their license because of some of the things that have taken place in and near there. But I love
So is that a club?
Yeah, it's like a lounge. If I'm not mistaken, it's the location of where Steel used to be. It's I believe it's 23rd and First. They're fairly new, but it draws a crowd, and I'm being very careful about this because
So basically, got a younger crowd that's kind of getting out of hand and
yes,
got too much trouble going on down there.
yes,
And that, I mean, they should though. because you got to have the proper security.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's good. That's good on Birmingham. But it's gonna make the crowd be better. It's gonna actually make the club be better.
Yeah.
Because people gonna feel safe coming. So.
That's right. And all they said was, listen, we're going to send this back to public safety and let you get some things in order, which I thought was a very measured approach, very measured. Like, we're not going to do anything right here, right now, but just go back. We see you're a young guy, who's the guy who's like running it. I forget his name right now, but they said, we see what you're doing. We see your efforts. So let's go back. You got some things to work on. So we're going to give you a little bit of grace, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later. So that was grace, but also an opportunity for him to realize, if I'm going to run this club and be a responsible business owner within the city of Birmingham. Birmingham is pro-business. That's what I see from our city leaders. They are pro-business. They want you to have a successful business. They're giving money towards it. But if you're going to do it, the message that I got, especially if you're running an establishment like that, you got to be responsible and put the proper protocols in place to protect not only your employees, but the community. That's what I
I'll say something a tad bit controversial here.
Okay.
That at the end of the day,
a little lower. I'm sorry.
and I would say this here.
Yeah.
That I don't want to get in trouble when I say this, but let's just be honest. For us in our communities to have anything going to be worthwhile having, we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves.
Yep.
Because people are tired of getting up early in the morning, leaving the west side of town to go over to Hoover and Mountain Brook to go shopping.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing people need to understand. You get mad at me for saying this, but this is the truth. Nobody wants to go to a place where they feel unsafe. That's why we lost Western Hill Mall on the west side.
Yeah.
That is why we lost the Walmart on the west side, because of activity that did not belong in those places. Let me just be honest with you, right? And we as a community, we have to do better to police our own neighborhood, right? Because sometimes we just stand by and let it happen. And when we stand by and let it happen, what happens is these folks take the dollars out of our community and take it to other places. And we still have to spend our money. We still gonna spend. Yeah. But now we got to get up. You can't go to, if people who live in the Ensley and the West End area, they cannot go to a Walmart there anymore. They have to go down to Bessemer, or they got to go to home.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So again, we have to be very careful. We opening up clubs, right? Why come? And I'm just saying, young people. I understand you want to have a good time and you want to do what you do, but think about this: that people want to be safe where they are, right? And everything don't have to be violent. Everything don't have to be loud. Because guess what? When you want to take your girlfriend out, or when you want to take your mom and your dad out, it's sad that you know that you ain't gonna take your mama to West End. Yeah. When you take your mom and dad out to dinner, you're not taking them to West End. You're just not. Right. You're taking your mom and dad over there. Right. You're gonna get up and leave your neighborhood, and you're going over there. Right. That is something that I think even younger folks, you need to think about, right? Why am I having to leave my own neighborhood where there's homes there that we pay our bills here too, but I don't have the kind of restaurant that they have over there? But that's one reason, because you're not living over there, you're not partying over there. So when you're not partying over there, guess what is happening? They're safe. Yes. They're doing something different. Yes. So you are tearing up your own neighborhood, doing things that you shouldn't be doing, or being loud. But when you go over there, and I'm just gonna be honest with y'all now, come on now, young folks, think about what I'm saying. When you go over there, you know how to act. You know how to act. Because if you don't, law enforcement will make sure that you know how to act. I lived in a community. I lived on the outskirts of Bessemer for years in the McCullough community. Never had any issues there because it was the county per se. I did not live in Bessemer, but on the outskirts in McCullough. 18 years. Probably one of the most wonderful communities that I could have lived in, about a mile from McAdory High School. Moved to Hueytown. Had no problems there, because the understanding in Hueytown is you better not even drive on the speed limit, because you're going to get a ticket, right, nephew? Yes. When we set those expectations, that's when people behave. Right. And my hat's off too. Let me go ahead and give a nod to Birmingham PD. I see you on Barry. I see you on Marvin. We're coming to you. I see you on Rico. Thank you so much. We're coming around. I'm going to speak and shout you out in a minute. But while I'm here, let me shout out Birmingham Police. They have a tough job. They do. You want to balance our dealing with our youth. And let's talk about it on Juneteenth, how we talk about our freedom. And we talk about the things that our ancestors had to deal with. And we have all this freedom now. There are people. And so when
when I see the exhibition driving, that was something that came up yesterday, showing a video clip of the exhibition driving and the crowds gathering there. It's my community, and I would feel some kind of way if I saw that. This again, I'm like Joe. I'm 52. You take it or leave it. You do what you need to do. But on Juneteenth, it burdens my heart that in this community, the community that is a pillar for civil rights, the community that's a pillar for breaking barriers that the rest of the nation watched. This is what it's come to for some of the youth in our community. And let me be very clear, it is not an indictment against our youth, our Black youth. It's not.
No,
that is not. We love you.
No.
So if you think I'm standing here and oh God, here we're on that soapbox, I'm not, because I'm the positive emissary. I'm the person who will tell you our youth are doing great things here in the city of Birmingham. I'm proud of our youth. I'm highlighting the people on my show Evolve on Friday. We just had on Mr. Joe Jenkins. Yes. And Mr. Joe Jenkins comes on and talks about how he has a Magic City Music Academy in Inslee. They have their reunion concert Friday. So we're not on one side or the other, but I'm also not going to be afraid to stand up and tell the truth about the matter, to say in our community, we must do better. We're not knocking, your business enterprises, but there has to be a better way in which people don't feel threatened, or people don't feel, what's the word, threatened, or just afraid.
You got people that live in their own neighborhoods, right? That we don't speak or look in the young people's face because we don't want any kind of altercation with them, right? And I just say this to the young people, right? 3 words: I love you.
Amen.
Right.
Let me echo
and
that.
So,
I love you too.
Whatever that means, right? If I see you out, man, I'm never going to be afraid to walk around my own community. I love you guys, right? And so all I say is, if we want better, all of us, whatever you from 18 to 60, if we want better, we all need to do better.
That's good.
Period.
That's good.
So I'm not going to just, point at that. We all can
do better
and shall and will do better.
I see, and I'm gonna round it out with what I say with this. Let me go ahead and speak to Mr. Rico. Hey, Rico, what's going on? Marvin's so funny. Marvin says, hanging low on the Keisa and Joe morning show. You're hilarious. He's always got a rhyme for us on
that's
here.
Cool. I love when you hang low. So because they say when they go low, we do what? We go high.
Yes. I want to acknowledge the passings of 2 Birmingham legends, with Mr. Arthur Meeks Jr., a drumline band director, Carver High School and Miles College, and baseball legend Willie Mays. Yeah, definitely today, and especially in light of the fact that we have the what's happening with Major League Baseball at Rickwood Field this week. We definitely want to acknowledge it. So thank you so much for that, Marvin. So anyways, again, just let me say my heart goes out. I believe in my community, for Birmingham, pro Birmingham. Again, the message is we just want to do better.
For sure.
Yeah, we just want to do better, and we can, Birmingham.
And also, I want to do some talking about relationships. What is this here? I see you got this stuff up here.
So you all know that I am not only Coach K, but I am also a maker, and I'm an Alabama maker. Have always been an Alabama maker, even back in the days of Alabama. What are you doing over there? It's not edible. I know it smells good enough. It's not edible, but
can I open it?
You can.
Okay.
Because I'm actually debuting.
So what is this?
I'm about to tell you. You're getting a little hair. Slow down. So
you sure I can't eat it?
No, you cannot eat it, even though
can I touch it?
You can. So I wanted to debut today. He didn't even know this was coming. Nephew didn't even know it was coming. He's got shea butter on his nose.
Was it shea butter?
It's shea butter.
Oh.
And it's a new fragrance. And I wanted to debut the fragrance. You
I
all are the
was
first. This is a male fragrance. Sorry to our female intern. Hey, intern today. How are you doing?
But can I just rub it in?
You just rub it in. Rub it on your face. Huh?
So
it's a dude's fragrance. And I debuted it today.
This is not a dude's fragrance.
It's not.
Am I good?
Good Lord, bless your heart. Bless your. I don't want you. Listen, I don't want to get in any trouble, ladies.
You can't get in trouble.
For the bachelor here.
You can't get in trouble. So can I put some on my head?
You can put some on your head. You can put some on your. You can put some on your face.
So what
all shade naturals, huh?
So
you just rub it in your head.
Oh, this is for the head.
It's for the head. It's for all of it. I should just leave it right. All shade naturals.
Hey girl. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I got to turn the brightness down because it's glistening.
You see what they're doing. I wanted you to smell it. This is the debut.
I'm smelling it.
You all do you smell anything?
Yeah, I smell it. But here's the thing. This stuff smells so good. A woman gonna swear me down to them around another woman.
Well, you are on your network, on your show.
This is good though, and this is ooh.
Jay, how does it feel?
I like it.
Shea butter. I'm gonna tell you, I am not sharing the name of the fragrance. I'm not going to. So here's what I'm tasking you two with, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
It's our newest male fragrance, and here's what I want. I need some help naming it.
Huh?
He's all caught up grooming himself. Are you bathing or are you putting on shea butter?
Yeah,
What's he doing over there? Are you bathing? What are you doing?
Y'all all up in the wrong business, man. Y'all up in the wrong business right now. That's all.
You know what?
So allshaynaturals.com, there's the
Right.
website. But I need you and nephew's help.
Okay.
I need a name for it.
Man butter. Man butter.
Okay, that's a
That's for
name.
dudes.
For men.
Man butter.
Man butter is one name. Okay, we're taking.
Because
Okay,
Shay sounds like more for a girl.
it sounds like for
Yeah.
a girl.
Shea butter.
Shea butter.
Call it Joe butter.
Joe Butter. No, Joe's like, don't make profit off my name, woman.
Unless I get paid for
There's a-
it.
yeah,
No, but
unless
I
he
would
gets
say
paid.
I would definitely say man butter. Man butter is a good name.
Why do you like man butter?
Because I know it's for me. As a man, it sticks out.
It's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple.
It's
So
simple.
so when you hear shea butter, it's the implication of it being a fragrance for women.
I would think so.
Really?
Because shea butter is a black name. We know
Yeah.
all black folks know what shea butter is.
Yeah.
But if you said man butter,
Yeah.
that's good. It's good marketing, and man would think it's for him. You know what I'm saying?
That's simple.
I think that's simple. Man butter.
We are very simple.
Yeah. Don't be trying to call it nothing else.
Don't
Because
complicate
you got to brand it.
Yeah.
Man is already branded.
Man is already brand.
Man butter.
Man butter. So, and here's the actual, and I'm not even going to show you all what the name of it is, but here's our labeling. And I just brought a sample to these two, so it's yours.
Okay.
You two are the first ones.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
And it's got a nice little soft man scent. And here's how this came about.
I can say this with my sense.
Yes. You can. It pairs well. The thing about our shea butter is it pairs well with everything. So you can get it plain, or you can get it. Most folks like it lightly scented. So if you put a layer on of our shea butter and you want to layer it with your fragrance or
I had it for
whatever,
about a year because it don't take much, ladies and
it
gentlemen.
really does to soften your skin, and it pairs well with everything. So man butter is the name that we're thinking that we're going for. Man butter.
Well, I like that. I'm not gonna even try to go any further. I like the name, man.
Seriously, it's simple.
For me,
Look.
Yeah,
We got
for
the
me,
thumb. We got the
well,
reaction.
definitely for me, if I saw that, it would catch my attention
It would.
because I know it's for me.
That is so interesting.
You
Whereas
got
shea,
a heart off of it too. Hey,
seriously.
Yeah.
Whereas when you normally think shea butter and hear shea butter, you're thinking and saying it's something for
Well,
ladies.
it's
This is
definitely got me
interesting.
glistening.
Yeah.
Let's pick me up some man butter.
Pick
Hey,
up some.
babe, wait. Go give me some of that king man butter out there. Okay? Go on, give me that.
This
What
is
you got
very
on? I got some
interesting.
of that man butter on, baby.
This is very interesting.
Got some of that AMB.
This is very interesting. So you all let me know, and we got another thumbs up from the man
Yeah,
butter.
the man butter. I think this is good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, all right, that's my part. We're rolling in. So remember allshaynaturals.com if you want to order shea butter. We're unveiling this actually as a new scent, and I may even change the name to man butter, which is what they say that they want me to do. But if you have something different, let me know.
All right. So
All right.
I got something that I wanted to share on the show today.
I'm listening.
I had an epiphany a couple of days ago
Okay.
of why. How do I want to put this?
Yeah.
And this is about dating, y'all. Okay, for men and women. If y'all want to talk about dating, go ahead and share the video out there. We're live at the Filter Coffee Parlor right here on the south side. I got the beautiful Keisa in the studio with me. Of course, you got your boy Joe Luckett. I'm finna get into something that I think y'all really need to talk about, and I'm finna help y'all with our relationship. If you're married, single, you don't need digital airways. Do me a favor, share the video out there. Tell your friends that we out here. Y'all see how beautiful this woman is? This woman is. She done rubbed my head this morning, got me sweating over here and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But, geez, I'm gonna talk about this. I figured out.
I'm listening.
Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
I figured out how I could be happy. What made me happy. And it's very simple. A lot of folks don't think in this manner, I don't think.
Mhm.
But everybody always say, I want to be happy. I want to be happy.
We do.
You know what I'm saying?
We do.
I need my peace.
Yeah.
Right?
We do.
But I think most of us cannot be happy we'll never be happy because there's one or two things that we are not doing.
Okay.
And for me, this is what I learned. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you're watching the show on Digital Airways, do us a favor, subscribe real quick. Hit that follow button. Hit the like button and tell me what you guys think. Number one, let me ask you, are you happy?
I would say I am.
No,
Yeah.
are you really, really happy? Are you happy in your life?
There's some areas I would say.
So you're not 100%
Not
happy,
100%.
right?
Not 100%.
So do so.
That's
Okay,
honest.
wherever you're watching the show at, do me a favor and post. Are you happy? Say yes or no. Okay, yes or no. All
yes
right?
or no? Are
So,
you happy?
Are you happy? Yes or no? And I'm gonna give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here's the epiphany I had, America. To be happy for me, Keith,
Yes.
I had to realize that as long, and this is going to be a killer for me.
Okay.
Let me ask you, why do you think I wasn't happy? Let me, before I tip my answer, why I realized this one.
You want me to know? I haven't known you long enough.
Well,
But from a
why are most people not happy?
maybe because they're single, they're not in a relationship,
Okay.
or they may feel that they are not walking in their purpose.
Uh-huh.
That's what I think.
So that's true. But most people, men and women, especially if you're at our stage in like 40, if you're 40s and 50s, right?
Mhm.
You're not going to find happiness. And for me, and I'm speaking for myself, y'all, but I really realized that I was never going to be happy as long as, you want to know this, as I was angry. Think about what I'm saying here. I had to realize I could not find what I was looking for because I was still pissed off about things that that was happening to me or that had happened to me.
I
And
can see that.
until I realized, and when I didn't realize it happened, things started to fall away or things went away, right? People moved out of my life,
Yeah.
right? When you're no longer angry about whatever it is, if it's the job, your mom, your dad, your sister, your cousin, your husband, your wife, your
Yeah.
brother, your sister, right? When you're no longer angry, there is a place for happiness. This is what I realized, America. Anger and happiness cannot live in the same temple at the same time. It cannot. You cannot be angry and happy at the same exact time.
Okay.
One is going to take over the other.
Yeah.
And you have to figure out which one are you going to allow into your life. The anger is very hard to get rid of because it could be in different categories in different spaces, right? Different quadrants of your life that you got to face.
Yeah.
And you don't realize you're angry, but you keep telling yourself, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
But when you're alone, you start to think, right? Whatever comes up in your subconscious that makes you angry, that's what you're angry about. That's what bothers you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your ex-husband, your ex-wife, a work-related thing, your kids didn't speak to you, your mama, whatever it is, right? Until you fix that, you can't find pure peace. You can't find pure happiness.
So let me ask you a question.
Did I do good?
You did really good.
Did I do good?
You did really
Okay,
good.
okay.
It sounds to me like you are moving away from a place of anger, and you've had an epiphany. Like, I was angry.
Mhm.
I think that was the biggest thing that you did is you recognized you were angry.
I did not recognize I was angry until the things that were making me angry left.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did you then get to the point of recognizing that?
I never would have.
You never would have.
My guardian angel, the way God got my life set up, right? He puts me in a position where at some point, whatever's there, don't need to be there, he puts it in a position where it's going to fall. And most people know what I'm talking about because it happens for you. Everybody got a guardian angel. Everybody got that person that it may take you 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, it's going to put you through something. That grows. But then once you get to a point like, what the hell is wrong with me? Something happens, you get into an argument with somebody, you get fired from a job, whatever. But it breaks. When it hurts when the breakup happens, whatever it is in your life. But then you realize when you walk outside from that breakup, the birds are now singing and the sun is there. Right?
Wow.
Then because you go through your heartbreak, but then you realize, damn. Wait a minute.
Got a new step.
I got no way, ain't no cloud over me, right?
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
And then you got this feeling that you ain't had in a long time.
Wow.
You don't have any voices in your head.
Wow.
You're not mad at anybody anymore,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now you got to figure out what the hell you're gonna do yourself because you ain't mad at nobody no more. You ain't calling your mom and dad, and you calling the seriously. Y'all laughing at me, but I'm serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're not angry with somebody no more, guess
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
You got to figure out now how to live in this space.
Yeah.
Because the people you were talking to,
Yeah.
once you stop talking to them about the stuff that you were angry about,
They fall off, or things change. They fall off.
so you realize that the people that you were talking to were still, they were part of the problem process. So when you start trying to talk to them, the conversation changes.
Yes.
40
Yes.
over 50, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all seriously. If you're not happy in your life, and it's up to me to, you know you ain't happy. You know that conversation that you're having in your own head. You know that. I don't care what you're angry about, but figure out what it is. Because I had to realize this, and I'm not biblical, you know, I'm a heathen. God ain't talking to me like that. But what I'm gonna say is this here. I do understand one thing: anger and happiness can't live in the same temple at the same exact time. You can't project anger and happiness at the same time.
You can't.
And be, you know what I'm saying? It will make you go crazy. So when you're acting out or you're angry with somebody, you're not happy, and that's why it's so hard for you to get happy after you're angry, or it's hard for you to be happy and then get angry, right?
So how would you, for someone who's listening, we've
Huh?
had Rico on here, we've had Barry who's on here,
What's up, big?
we've got Marvin on here, we've got Miss Tina on
Hey,
here. Okay, so how would you, for the people who are listening here, or if you're going to tune in a little later,
Uh-huh.
how do they recognize they're angry? What are they, or either recognizing it or moving from the place of anger? What would you
Okay,
say?
so this is a tricky question.
Let me interject. Hold 1 second. Put a pin in it. We talk about relationships, and we talk about moving forward from relationships. We talk about moving forward from relationships. We talk about how relationships are affecting us. So if there are those of you at home who are angry, I'd love to hear about it. Have you been angry about a relationship? Have you been angry about the way things have gone in your life? Be honest about it, because if we're honest, we all are. Okay, but how do they recognize and or move forward?
Okay, so like I said, that's a tricky question.
Tricky question.
And the reason why I'm going to say it is because there are people who deal with mental illness.
Yeah.
There are people who deal with depression.
Yeah.
So that's different than what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So first, I say recognize what's really wrong with you as a person first.
Okay.
And if you're dealing with depression, what I'm saying is not going to help you.
Okay.
If you're dealing with a mental illness, right?
Seek
What
the
I'm
help
saying-
of a licensed professional.
Right. So, you know, and only you know if you're dealing with those things. But if you're not, I want to put that out there for the show. But if you're not, you recognize it because when you wake up, there's something wrong, something not right. Because see, what men do, and you can tell me what women do, sis, but I don't know, but men, we always say we're okay. We're okay to the point that we're okay. We're okay to the point that we're okay, but we're not okay, but we're okay. So we don't realize that we're not okay. When we're not okay, we don't realize that I'm not okay anymore because I'm okay.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
normal answer for anything that I'm going to tell you, I'm okay.
Yeah.
If I'm sick, I'm hurt, I don't feel well, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I never recognize when I'm really angry anymore because I have to be okay. Right? So when you're going through these cycles, and especially when you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? As you're getting older, this is the drumbeat that you done had for yourself over a decade, 2 decades. You take it in, right? I don't know if women do, but men, we take it in, but we don't realize the weight, the life debt that we're putting on ourselves on a continuous basis, right? Just say you got a divorce from your wife, right? You may have lost one of your kids, or you lost a parent, you lost your job, money ain't coming in like you want to, right? These are things that messes with you. How would it not?
Yeah.
Everybody listen to our show today is going through something.
Yeah.
How would
Everybody.
it not mess with you, right? But then how are you dealing with that?
Yeah.
Are you putting it in the back of your mind
Yeah.
and saying it's all good?
Yeah.
And then as soon as something pops up that's small, you explode? That's a sign that you're not okay.
Yeah.
If somebody said, man, you're making a mound of a molehill, right? You're probably not okay. You're not happy.
Yeah, there's something else. And then there's this whole thing too about triggers, like understanding your triggers and understanding what are some other things that may be leading to some of those things. And most people are not aware of that.
That part. So what is it for women?
What do you mean? Be
When
specific.
so when a woman is going through something, do you as a woman do you say, okay, I'm good, no
No,
problem,
no.
right? So how do because us as men, most times women would not know that I'm going through something.
Okay. And ladies, I'll need your help on here. I need your help because I want to know because that's a very person specific question. So as a woman, when a woman is going through something, that's a great question. How do you know? It depends on the woman because there's some types. I can have this idea of being a person who's accustomed to handling things. I'm accustomed to doing things. So sometimes you come to a woman and you say, "Is everything okay?" And you guys have heard this.
Sure.
Yes, I'm fine. Everything is okay. For a woman, that's a problem. That's a red flag. If she says, yes, I'm fine, everything is okay, listen at her tone. Because normally, if she says it's okay, it may not be okay. So the wisdom in that is I don't necessarily keep pushing you. I don't necessarily keep prodding you as a lady. There's Mr. Joe. I don't necessarily keep pushing you. I don't necessarily keep prodding you as a woman. I just back off and just wait for the opportunity because a lot of times, and here's what I wish more men would understand, and maybe people would understand. For a woman, if she's having a bad moment or if she's frustrated with you about something that has happened or something, ladies, if you disagree, let me know. But I think that it's a general safe rule. What we're saying is we don't want to talk about it, but in that moment, give us some time to breathe. Give us some time to process it.
But do you realize that you're not happy when you are going through that? Do you as
Yes,
women?
yes.
Oh,
of
you
course.
do. See,
Of
men,
course.
we don't.
We do because we're very in tune with our emotions.
She would not.
So now we may tell you the lie of no, everything's fine, but no, we're very in tune with our
So
emotions.
you know you're not happy.
Absolutely.
Do you know why you're not happy?
Some women do, some women don't.
Do you know why you're not happy?
I do, because I study in that space. However, I will say it requires intentional work to know why you're not happy. It requires intentional work to know what's triggering you. It requires being intentional to say, I'm not okay. You know, we've heard this since COVID. A lot of people have been dealing in that mental health arena. And the word, the phrase that came out is a better way of saying that is, it's okay to say, I'm not okay. Now, the question is, why are you not okay? That's the question.
What do you do about it?
You go through your process and one of the I'm a life coach, so this is my arena. And listen, I'm not the life coach who says you need to talk to me, blah blah blah. I'm here and I can be a resource, but at that point there are things in life, Joe, that are way too heavy for us to carry on our own. I think I've had to learn, I remember telling you, or maybe I told nephew, that when I walked into the show, it was a blessing to me with fresh air because I'm accustomed to, I'm going somewhere with this. Hang with me for just a few seconds. So I'm used to coming in here. I'm used to putting up my computer. I'm doing this, and I probably frustrated nephew because I'm like, no, I got it. I
No,
can
you
do
frustrated
so.
me.
Okay, frustrated. Okay, so there you go. Frustrated both of them because I'm like, okay, no, I got it. I can do so and so. I can do this. Blah, blah, blah. And so what I'm doing is I'm acting out an old pattern. I'm acting out what I used to do, and I'm not even recognizing my help here. So the same thing can really happen in terms of emotions. We come to a place, we're reacting. You say something to me, and I'm yelling at you. I didn't say that, or I don't feel that way. And you're like, whoa, I'm just asking you a question, but I'm stuck back here because such and such said that. So how do you recognize it? You recognize it by being honest with yourself. I got a problem. Okay, that wasn't fair. Because if you're not going to sit here and say that was wrong, forgive me for that, you're not ready to begin the process of healing. And sometimes some women don't do that. I mean, well,
Because I was just going to say, how many women going to sit back and say I'm screwed up or it's my fault?
I do. I want to grow. I'm being so serious about that. I want to grow. I don't want to stay in.
This coffee show tastes good.
You let it. It should taste delicious because this coffee over here is about to get real good too. As a woman, I don't. If I'm.
Look at she pointing her fingers at me and everything.
That's right. You've got me up. You've got me.
Look.
Thank you.
Hold on. She ain't happy.
There's some things I need to work on.
She
but
work it out.
I'm
I'll be your punching wall. Go ahead. gonna give
I'm
him.
gonna get him. And you know what you do with agitators? You just let them cook, and then you just wait until they
I'm
settle.
helping you work through your problems.
You let them cook, and then you just wait. Or a strategy that you use for narcissists, gray rock.
Mm.
You don't say
She done
anything.
leave this narcissist again. I can take it because I understand that we're working through this together. This epiphany we're having. It's a moment here.
Nephew,
It's a moment on the Keisa and Joe show.
he's
this
had an
morning.
epiphany in Watch Out World. Now,
I'm just trying to help people. That's all. On the Keisa and Joe show this morning at the Fifth Coffee Parlor. I'm just trying to help them.
well, help me help you. Hang on over there
And be quiet.
and be quiet.
That's my cue.
I'm sorry. He's a smart fellow. We can't say you get anything past him. But no, on a serious note, yeah, I think women who want to grow and are committed to growth, they absolutely know, and they absolutely will say that was not right. I mean, I know people who don't do that. We all know the people who do you wrong. They never. You ever had a person like that in your life? They
Do
never
me wrong?
apologize.
Oh, never
Yeah,
apologize.
they
Nephew?
snap you up. I don't believe that with nephew.
Nephew never.
Yeah, nephew never does wrong.
Never
No.
apologize for nothing.
Nephew doesn't do anything wrong. So I'm
That's
not
the
even gonna.
problem. There's not a human being alive that don't do nothing wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
You
I
can't
am
tell
kidding.
me when
I
he
am
does
kidding.
wrong. He
I'm
has a
always
way.
right with him.
You're always
I
right
do
with
wrong
him.
for other folks.
Okay.
Not me.
Okay.
I'm accountable.
Okay. Understood. But just not with him.
I was told to be quiet, so I'm just gonna drink my coffee.
I'm trying to help him over here, nephew. So yes, I do believe it. And if I'm out there by myself, I'm just out there by myself. But I don't believe that one bit. I think it's part of growth. We all know those people. They do you wrong and they will never apologize.
For sure. I do have. I'll do what I do have in my life. Yeah.
I don't think it's so sex-centric.
Huh?
I don't think it's so sex-centric.
Not at all.
Because
Not at all.
I can make dudes just like that too.
Not
It's
at
a
all.
lot more in tune with how they feel. and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think, because you said something earlier, most guys don't know.
Yeah.
I think most guys do. It's just they don't want to address it.
I was about to say,
Like, 'cause
not admit it.
I know the problems I have. For
Yeah.
me, if I'm just speaking for me personally,
Yeah.
I know the problems I have.
Yeah.
But do I want to address them with you?
Yeah.
Not at all. So I'll tell you I'm okay. I'll tell you that so I don't
That's
have
a
to
great
bring
point.
it back up and I can address it when I feel I need to.
That's a great point. And then and nephew was just saying, paraphrasing that he said it's not gender specific about whether or not we know we have an issue. And I agree with him. And he says there's some guys who are woke, or emotionally intelligent enough to know that, yeah, I do have a problem. But the question is,
I think it's the younger generation like that. Us,
the older men,
we don't know. We don't.
I-
y'all wrong.
I think the one that he still got similar coming out of his ears. Okay, he Chinese food. We call him too young.
but that there is a generation difference.
You can't
So,
count me wrong.
but that's a generational difference too.
It is.
But I do. I think it's person. I think it's person specific. Sorry, I don't think it's person specific. I don't think it's gender specific. I think that people do know. I'm kind of leaning more toward what you're saying,
Of
nephew,
course you are.
because I do think people know. How can you not know? What's my intern's name here? NECA and nephew. How can you not know if you've offended somebody? How can you not know if your tone was wrong? You have to know, or you have to know that the way you did it was wrong because of the way the person reacts.
You know that part, but do you know you're angry?
Sure, because the person will say to you, I don't like how you said that to me. I mean, you yelled at me. I mean, why did you yell?
Anger, but it can be steps to lead and trigger.
It can be steps to lead and trigger that. And a person will give you feedback. What did I tell you about the show the other day? I said, we don't have to figure out and guess what Keisa and Joe need to do. People are in my ear giving me feedback. You all need to do this. You all need to do that. So if we're astute to listen, we don't have to do a lot of guesswork. So a person, whether or not a guy knows, he may not be open to hear or open to explore. But yes, I do believe people know, and that's men or women. If you know that if you have a temper, you know if you're a rude person, You know if you're a disrespectful person because why? People have told you that, or people have shown you in your actions. You know if you're a likable person.
Well, see,
Why?
y'all taking what I said differently.
Are we?
Yes, because what I said was when I said that when you're angry,
Mm-hmm.
it's not how what I said to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's that I'm angry with what has happened to me.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I mean?
it comes.
So it's not about if I said something to you that I'm angry the way you said it back to me. I'm saying for me when I was angry, it was because situations that had happened. Whether what's stuff I didn't even say it. It was just things that was happening around me I didn't like.
So can I give you a little insight?
Sure.
So I think people know more than what you think based on your actions and your reactions. And I can probably, even from a professional perspective, I can see a change in you.
Mm-hmm.
I would, from me first meeting you, I would probably say, yeah, he may be a little angry about something. I could tell that. I can see a shift even in you working with me. I can see a 180 in how you've changed and how you relate.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that. And I think other people could see it too. We may not know exactly what it is. I'm more attuned because that's just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we may not know what triggered and what caused it, but we can see the after effects of it because I can tell.
I said again, it's something you can.
Yeah.
But me, the person, that's what I'm saying.
And you're saying you, the person, don't know that you're really angry,
right,
why you're reacting.
Right. That's what I'm saying because
I understand. Because
when you're going through something,
yeah, you don't
and
really
you're pushing
know.
through,
Yeah.
You're not thinking. I can be honest. I was oblivious.
Yeah, I got
because
you.
when I'm going through something, I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about.
I got you.
I don't have time to sit here and wallow in pity about what the hell happened or somebody that said something, did something.
Yeah.
So I can be honest, speaking on everything that I love y'all. When I was angry,
you didn't know that was a result of it.
That was a time when it first happened.
Yeah, that you knew.
I was 30 hot.
Yeah, yeah.
But the way my mind, I thought I set it up for myself. When I said I'm done with it, I'm on to the next. I didn't realize it was residual.
I agree. Because if I'm going through something and I got past it, I felt like I did.
Yeah.
I naturally project it and not try to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even realize.
But you don't know what I'm saying. So you and that's what I'm saying as a man. Like I said, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
I did not know that I was still angry until I was not angry anymore.
Mm. And you know what I think it is? I think I wonder if it's community specific, because sometimes in our community, we have to understand that there are levels of trauma in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
There are, and even though we feel okay, when we have an event such as divorce, when we lose a spouse, when we lose a parent that we're close to, when we lose a friend that we're close to, when we lose a job, those sorts of things can inflict different levels of trauma. So as a result, it very well could lead that. Listen, I'm a coach. I'm in the coaching space. I have to make sure that I'm okay with the different things that impact me at my life, because sometimes things come at us and we're just not equipped from a personal perspective. And that doesn't indicate a weakness, but in our community, it's looked at as when I know in other communities, I know male friends. I have and listen, I'm not being ugly when I say this. I have many friends of many ethnic backgrounds, but other ethnicities, other communities. I've heard men say, "Well, I talked to my counselor, or my counselor helped me get over this." I had a dear friend that I worked with in the news business. He divorced when he was young. He loved his wife. Blah blah blah. He came to work one day and he said, I was talking to my counselor, and my counselor said this. And I thought, he didn't blink when he said it. But in our community, we don't talk counselor. Big Mama just handled everything. So Big Mama passed the trait along to the daughter. You just handle everything. Daddy passed the trait along to the son. You just handle everything. If you're not feeling like yourself, you'll be okay. Get over it. Get in the gym. Go work. You'll be fine. And the same thing happens with us as women in our community. Whereas now I think the clarion call is going out to say life comes at you and levels you with such things that you cannot carry it in and of yourself. There are things that you just cannot. So what I'm saying to you is, even as guys, when you say y'all deal with the trauma or the incident right there, and after the 2 weeks, after the 6 months, after the year, you say, oh, I'm fine because I'm past it now. you still need to investigate and still need to be open to having a conversation or working through that with someone, because there are levels that events and life experience inflict. There are levels of trauma, and we're not designed to care. That's the reason I mentioned the incident of me coming in here and me wanting to do everything on my own. I'm not prepared to do it, and the product suffered and the team suffered. But when Keisa learned how to give him the password to this account where he can set up everything and do the cameras, it took stress off of everyone, because I took the burden off of myself alone. In the same way with whatever issues you deal with, you've gone through a divorce. You're struggling right now dealing with being single. You hadn't had a man or a woman and you don't know why. You have lost someone close to you. You've lost a job. That's heavy. And or either you're dealing with a health issue. That's heavy. There are other people who are prepared to help you. Just like I had to let go of the control with this show. You may have to let go of the control with the show of your life, because sometimes things are too heavy. That's the only thing I'm saying to you.
I agree.
Chick alert, chick alert. I'm
Hey,
trying to show.
You got me.
Chick alert, chick alert.
Hey,
Look, take a look.
she can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. I can tell that myself.
Just trying to.
Catch anybody.
Just-
Oh my God.
I'm focused at the show.
I'm trained on it. I'm trained to see here and think here, but I'm trained to catch everything, which is a good thing, and sometimes it's a bad thing because I'm catching everything that's going on all around me, 360. But sometimes we do need people to help us. Here's what Miss Tony said. Hey, Tony. Tony Pierce. As women, we have not been taught not to be okay. That part. We haven't been taught that. What did I just say? Big Mama passed along to the mama. Handle it. You don't be strong. But Big Mama dealt with anxiety. Big Mama dealt with depression. That's why she cussed out certain kids, or was nice to this kid, but cussed out that kid and made this kid, because she dealt with depression. Big Mama dealt with some other stuff too. That was probably, but Big Mama had an opportunity to cover it. So as women, we have not been taught not to be okay. We busy ourselves. That part, Tony. We get busy. We work. And then when we get in a relationship and the guy says something or does something that we don't like, then we go off. Or the friend, we go off. Because we're not okay. Some are mandated to do certain things in certain life activities. If we don't do them, they don't get done. We, as women, you're single. Mm-hmm. You've got to get up and go to work, whether you feel like it or not. You don't have anybody coming home to massage your feet or to say, "Babe, I got dinner for you tonight." No, you come home, or to help you walk the pet. No, you got to walk the pet. You got to go get the bacon, and you got to fry it up in the pan as well. You don't have anybody to take. That can be a stress. It can be trauma to do that year in and year out. Many don't know how to navigate through unhappiness, to sit in it, learn how to communicate. It is a skill that many don't have. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Good stuff.
And so the point I want to bring up on the show for everybody today on Juneteenth is, no matter where you may be in life, no matter what you have going on, right? Some things are really simple to solve, right?
Yeah.
Happiness, which you would think that it's simple to be happy, right? But it's more simple to be angry than it is happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Anger can be triggered.
Yeah.
Happiness cannot.
Yeah.
Most people don't trigger happiness in you. Most situations does not trigger happiness, right? Most things you listen to or watch on TV does not trigger happiness.
That's why I don't watch TV.
It triggers anger, frustration, or laughter.
Yeah.
But you get more of, derogatory stuff that you see because you find it entertaining. You're stimulated by that, right? It's a dopamine. So what I would tell people, right? Wherever you are in life, whatever you got going on, man, it's your life, it's your journey. I believe in that, right? But to find happiness within yourself, right? When you have time to sit down with yourself, start to think about why or what you may be angry about. You got to talk to nobody about it. Think about it. What's that constant thought when you by yourself, or when you wake up in the morning, or you in the bed at night, and it's constantly pegging at you like, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe she did that to me. I can't believe they won't. Whatever you tell yourself, if you say I can't believe, or if you say the word I can't, and that's what's in your head, and you get that in your conscience, you need to work to start to fix that, right? Because you have your subconscious is dealing with it for you. While you're functioning in life, your subconscious is handling those emotions, right? Which makes you stay here because whatever's running in the back of your mind, like an app running on sleep, right? When you try to be happy, this is going to be like, no, we're not. You can't be happy. Quite. I'm seriously.
Keeps pulling you back.
It's pulling you back because when you're trying to be happy, but you're unresolved,
Yeah.
you're never going to be happy until you clean that closet out.
And for some people, wouldn't you say cleaning that closet is going to take some help? Like I've had to learn
And time.
to take my help and time.
Yeah.
And that's interesting because a person can help you cut the time toward healing. A proper person, a proper help, a proper conversation with someone who has navigated that before, they can help you. And I'm not even saying go call a therapist. I'm not saying go call a life coach. But I believe that there are people that we can talk to. I believe there are people who can yank our chain and give us a different perspective and just say, why don't you look at it a different way? So look, the answer for you may not be a counselor. The answer for you may not be a coach. The answer may be talking to a trusted friend and letting your trusted friend know, girl, I'm not doing okay. Why not, girl? And you just letting her listen to you. Or same thing as a guy. I'm not doing okay, man. I'm navigating this because this is what I believe, Joe. I believe every answer that we need, I believe it's already on the inside of us. A lot of times a coach, a counselor, they're not there to tell you what to do. They're to listen because God has created us so wonderful and gifted. I mean, his people are the greatest creation on this earth. And out of people comes everything that's on this earth, okay? So if he is responsible for helping us create and navigate this world, don't you think that he would give you the tools and the insight to know what's going on the inside of you? Don't you think he'd want to speak to you about that? And the way he does it is different. It can be through people. It can be looking at a person and saying, man, I like their life. I like how they handle things. And just being around them gives me creative energy. For me, one of the things that gets me out of my mess is to get up and get moving. This is what I love doing. I love being on this show. I love giving people information. I love being positive. It gets me out of my, and truthfully, am I everywhere I want to be? No. Most people aren't. You're gonna always have challenges in your life. But I'm not happy. This is another episode, another day as I close this out. I'm a joyful person. And that means my joy, my situation, and my circumstances, they change. But I'm a joyful person. So my joy, it doesn't change because my joy is not rooted in anything here. It's rooted on something greater. So I'm happy. You know, you may catch me some days and I'm not so happy, but I am a joyful person though. I like to laugh, like to have fun, regardless of what I have going. You'll never know I have challenges, not because I don't. Got some stuff I'm working through now, but I'm joyful. And being around people who help me continue to do my purpose, that helps move me along too. Get around people, talk to people, and recognize again, it's okay to not be okay.
Live your dreams, y'all. I want to add to this last little part here so we can get a quick out here.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys lock it in on Friday to the to Evolve
Evolve
at 12 o'clock.
at 12 p.m.
12 p.m. And also today we have the one and only Iva. Intervenant Iva's coming on the show. So
Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to tune in to that.
2 hours of him and I being brutally honest on the Joe Lockett show today with Denise in the building. So it's going to be a hell of a show today. So y'all gonna make sure y'all tune in on the digital airways of the Joe Lockett show. But one thing I want to say, Keisa,
Yeah.
the last part you were talking about for how you deal with it. For men, listen to what Keith said, but as a man, I'm gonna tell you, I know how we get down, right? When you're dealing with this before, because you may not want to talk to nobody about it, because we don't.
Yeah, y'all don't talk to people.
We don't.
That's from a woman's
And like I said,
perspective.
and that's a great
that.
perspective of what you're saying.
From
But
a woman's
as a man,
perspective, yeah.
I'm gonna say, big dog, listen. You just got to figure that thing out. At the end of the day, when you're angry, when you're driving to work, when you get ready to go to sleep or whatever, start to figure out what's making you angry. Then once you figure that part out, you'll know what to do from there. That's my advice to you, right? Figure out what's making you angry, and then you can work your way from there. Then if you feel you need the other part what Keisha's talking about, go do that. But a lot of y'all are not gonna do that, so I don't want y'all to get stuck like I'm not talking to nobody.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself first.
Yeah.
All right? You got anything else, sis?
No, That's it for
Well,
today. Happy
guess what, y'all? We
Juneteenth.
gotta get up out of here. It's Juneteenth. Y'all gonna do what y'all gotta do. I don't know how we celebrate this. Should we just be like, yeah, I'm free?
We've been free.
I know so.
So,
Yeah. How do we celebrate?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Just enjoy the
Y'all
day.
celebrate how y'all want to celebrate, y'all.
Yeah.
We live to y'all. We can come to you guys live from the Physical Coffee Parlor next week, y'all. Y'all stay locked in. It's Keisa and Joe. We love you guys.
See
Take
you
care.
later. Bye.